Yes, so this is where the work starts, all right? So just quickly, and it's going to involve your interaction. You're just going to go through a scenario. I'm going to walk you through a scenario, and I just want you to type in how you're feeling, okay? So quite relevant because we're about to do something that none of us have never done tomorrow night. But take yourself to a place at work or a day where you're walking into work, and that night you're going to this event that you're just so excited about. It might be that 10-day holiday that you've been planning for years with your family. It might be the boys' weekend to Vegas, Roto Vegas, or Las Vegas. It might be the girls' trip to Europe for 4 weeks. What is this event that just gets you so excited that you're just like skipping through the doors and you're just like on a high vibe? So start typing what event it is for you. Is it the wedding in Rarotonga? Is it the family trip to Gold Coast, to do all the theme parks, Disneyland? Come up with an event that you're just so excited about that you would just love to go towards, right? Start typing those in the comment box so I can see what you're thinking and what you're dreaming of. Because when you're going on holiday, right, you walk into your workplace, totally different mood, totally different vibe than anyone else. You're kind of walking on high and you're skipping along, and and people are like, oh, what are you doing? Where are you off to? And I'm out of here tonight. So put yourself in those shoes and notice how you're feeling and acting. I really need you to notice how you're feeling and acting right now, and the thoughts you have. And just before we go any further, actually, I want you to just put it in your back of your mind, it's like, man, it's like you've almost won lotto, it's 10 million or whatever. Oh, nice, Cassie, family trip to Europe to see family. Awesome, Sarah, 3-week holiday. Yeah, US. Beautiful. In December, something coming up. Great. So in the back of your mind, store in your head, what would you do if you won lotto, when you win lotto, if you won lotto $10 million? Pay the bills, buy the houses, holiday, help family, da-da-da. Just keep that ticking in your back. Start creating that list if you haven't already got a list. So back to going to work. You walked in, shot Jess, honeymoon, Stewart Island. Yeah, nice, hens. Beauty. Get that picture in your head and you're walking through, and notice how you're behaving when you're interacting with people, and notice what happens when someone comes up to you and bugs you. Might be another staff member that goes, hey, can I have this? Or if you're teaching, it might be kids who get on your nerve, or they might start fighting. Notice, shot Susan, Perth in September, beautiful. Start noticing how you're reacting to those little things that might usually agitate you. Um, you know, what I feel most when I do this with people, I say, oh yeah, who cares, man? I'm out of here. This is just easy. Let's whatever, go over that. Let's start typing in how you feel when someone might agitate you when you're on this high vibe and you're going through the day, and more people come up and bug you, but you're just so looking forward to tonight. You're flying, you're going to this event, that nothing can bust your bubble because you're so excited about it. Then at lunchtime, the boss calls everyone in and says, hey, team, we've just been notified that this virus is spread from China. It's spreading around the globe, and all travel is cancelled. And actually, all events and gatherings are cancelled. So now this trip that you're planning, so I'm just going to plug in, my old power's dropping out. Now, that thing you were planning is now gone. And what we have to do for the next 3 to 4 days is work here as a team to get all the mahi done. All right. And actually, what we have to do is after that, we're going to go into 4 weeks isolation, into family, into your house. So I want you to type in down in the comments, how do you feel once that's happened? That event you're looking for has been taken away from you now. How do you feel right now? And how does the next 4 weeks look like? How do those next 3 days having to work, in the office, and then the next 4 weeks? Like, how does this feel now? That thing you had is now gone. Type in, what are you feeling? Woohoo, overtime. Cheers, nice. Sometimes it can look, it can look tough. It can look like a hill and a mountain. A lot of the time when we talk through this, a lot of people are saying, oh man, this is shit. I've lost my thing. Boo, hiss, nice, Kalina, Kelda. All right. And so you go on with the rest of your day and just notice, man, how you're behaving now after that lunch meeting, how you're feeling. Now, someone comes to agitate you. Nice, Terry, gutted. Someone comes to agitate you. Oh, hey, can I have that report? Or, hey, I need this by 3 o'clock. Notice now how you react to that. Start typing in how you might react. Just turn my light on here. Busy. Tad miffed. Everyone gets a rest. I get more work. Hopeful but anxious. Kia ora, Sarah. And sometimes now we're dragging our feet. A little deflated. Nice, Cassie. But I've got to keep high for the kids. Aren't they great motivators? And we're dragging our feet at work. We can be a bit sluggish now. We went from a high vibe to a very low vibe. Now we go through the afternoon and the boss calls us in just before dinner because everyone's staying in. And the big boss, chairman, whoever it might be, comes skipping into the room. And you're like, bro, what's up with you, mate? Like, we've just been told we can't go anywhere. Our event, things that we've been looking for to be cancelled. And you come skipping in here like you've blimmin', I don't know, what have you been on? And they say, look, team, I'm pretty excited. I know we've got some, challenging times ahead in the next 4 weeks. And I know that some of us have had to cancel stuff that we've been looking forward to. But I just want to share with you something really exciting. A former, if you're at a school, could be a school member. If you're at a workplace, it could be a trustee. But anyway, someone has passed away and they've left their whole estate to your workplace. Okay, and it's a large estate. And they want to acknowledge this workplace for all the work that they've done, and they know the people in it do such an important job, and they valued it because they experienced it, they went through it, and they were an end user of it. And they want to just say thank you to this current staff and a timely response that, we get through this next 4 weeks, you will get $10 million each. And first of all, you go, that's bullshit. And you're like, oh, okay. And the chairman reiterates, look, guys, here's the will. It's coming. We just need to get through this next 4 weeks. Now, just sit with that for a moment. I know that can be tough for something. Oh, yeah, whatever. But let's just sit with that. You're sitting there in the room. You've been told all you got to do is get through this next 4 weeks and you get $10 million and you get all that thing on your list, the houses, the holidays, the helping whānau. Now, let that sit and just say you've acknowledged that and that everyone's like, yeah, okay, it's happening. That's happening. Holy shit, that's happening. Yeah, boy. And after the high fives and the hugs, now notice how you're feeling again. And now notice how the next 4 weeks might look. Start typing that in for you. Terry, in my mind, how no, I'm getting that report done. Nice. Excited and scared. Kia ora, Suzanne. All right. So start typing in now that you're going to be getting this thing at the end of the 4 weeks, the 10 mil, that what you're going to be able to do with it, knowing that that's in the future. How does this next 4 weeks look now? Start typing those in. Tell me your feelings. What are you feeling? Now just sit with it. Just like take it in. Just say to yourself, yeah, I'm going to get it. I want to know, what does the next 4 weeks look like? We've gone quiet. Maybe we can't believe that we're going to get 10 mil. When I do this in a workshop, a lot of people, like, once they've sat with that, they've gone, oh, hell, man, let's just do this. Let's just do the work. Let's get it done. Come on, man, 4 weeks, this is easy, right? There's like, there's kind of easiness look to it. It kind of went from looking like a mountain, this 4 weeks of being in the house, looking like a mountain, to now being like, man, let's do it. It's like, let's go. And the energy is up, feeling secure, still hectic. I didn't get a break, motivated, worried, but excited. Okay. So when we get this change in feeling, so we had a future. This is where I'm wrapping up here and want to make some key points. When we walked into our workplace that day, we had a compelling future. We were going somewhere that night that we were excited about, that we were invested in, and we believed was going to happen. And it changed our vibe to very much above the line. So key number one to getting through any challenge is to have a compelling future. If we have a compelling future, we are more likely to being above the line than below the line. Now, right now, a lot of people are in this situation and don't have a compelling future. All they can see is the worst. So what does a compelling future look like? Takes a bit of time, like in 6 months' time. And like my compelling future at the end of this pandemic is that, man, I've got this online business that's thriving in terms of helping other people, helping Māori business owners, helping Māori employers, helping Māori employees, and doing it online means now I'm able to reach more people, whereas before it was a lot of face-to-face. What the compelling future looks like for me in the next 4 weeks is that I now have to manage my time better. Like I literally get maybe 2 to 3 hours at night to do my work because I've got the kids during the day now. And, you know, my darling's doing her mahi. So I'm excited because I have to now learn how to delegate work. I have to offload it rather than do it all myself. So I'm like, when this thing passes, I'm now going to have an online business that I'm now used to only working 2 to 3 hours on a day. And then when the kids go back to work, now what? I've got a day to do stuff. Whereas before I used to think I had to work, I had to hustle, I had to do 7 hours work a day online. But this is actually going to force me to be smarter and work with others. So my compelling future is this, team, is an online business working 2 to 3 hours a day. Now that's pretty compelling, rather than what I was doing before, 7 to 8 hours. And so what that now makes me feel is possible, excited, taking control, looking for solutions. I'm very much feeling above the line. Now, I was a day below the line, all right, just to share. No one is ever perfect. No one is always above the line 100% of the time. What happens is when they go below the line is they just don't stay there. And this is the key. By having a compelling future, it enables us to come up quickly. I was below the line for a day. Whereas past, I had an experience 4 years ago, which kept me below the line for 8 months. All right. So this is the power of having a compelling future. Point number one. Point number two, a solution and strategy is when we got given the opportunity after the $10 million, if we call it that, what was given to you, and we feel this change and how we're feeling from seeing the 4 weeks as a mountain to now seeing it as kind of easier. That's called gratitude, right? We're in this tough place and then we got given something. And it's amazing. Remember when you're given something, like you're just like blown away by it, like, it's a gift, or it's like someone's stuff, family have rallied together and they may have done something for you, and you're just blown away by the love that they're showing, and that's a sense of gratitude. Type in if you've experienced anything like that. But when you feel gratitude, it actually calms the nervous system. So it goes to the survival brain, and the signal it gives to the survival brain, get this, is love. Just let that sit. So when we're in survival mode and you get a dose of love, it calms the survival brain down. Now, when you calm the survival brain down, you get access to the Google brain, and we can start to see possibilities, hope, take action. So the message there, team, is compelling future. What does it look like? And by doing gratitude and feeling gratitude on a daily basis, we're sending the signal to our survival brain that it's okay, we're loved, we're safe. So the key is then to start doing this daily activity. Just any queries, team, just chuck them in the comments. Kia ora, Kylie, kia ora, maha. Chuck them in the comments. But there's a daily activity that we need to start doing. One of them is this one here. We can use mantras. This is from Richie Hardcore, and I love this one. This is one I've been using in the last 6 months particularly. You know, whatever situation we might be in and we might feel below the line, let's acknowledge it. Yeah, this is tough, right? Yeah, this is tough that we got to stay in the house for 4 weeks and not do what we normally used to do, but so am I, right? I'm tougher. This is tough, but I'm tougher. And then we start to see some options and possibilities. I love that one. I haven't figured it out yet. Keeps the hope there, right? Now that number 4 is the big one for me. This challenge is here to teach me something. And I totally believe, for me in that example, it's here to teach me how to manage my time better. It's here to how to set up an online business better. And it's here to teach me how I can run a business 3 to 4 hours a day instead of 7 to 8 hours a week. So that is what this challenge, every challenge teaches us a lesson. And ask yourself, when you're in the challenge and you're thinking it sucks and you're thinking it's hard, just ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Okay, and whatever comes to your head, it'll be there, is what the answer is. So what you need to do is a couple of things, and Kylie will have a good chuckle because she's seen this before, but every day you're going to do something that makes you feel grateful. That's the key, team. Feel it. Don't just freaking write it down on a book and go, I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for my da-da-da-da. You need to feel bloomin' grateful because that's what sends the chemicals to the survival brain and says, calm down. And how do we feel grateful? What's your most joyful moment? Type it in. Hey, Mr. Oliva, type it in. What's your most grateful moment, joyful moment in your journey in life today? Yes, the wedding. Yes, the kids. But when we won the 2015 Rugby World Cup back to back, it was like, you know, we're slapping and we're clapping and we're hugging. You know how men do that weird ritual when teams win and stuff. Like, yeah. There's joy, there's excitement, there's happiness, right? That was never forget it, real joyful moment. Type in what your joyful moments were. And that's releasing this grateful chemical, this feeling, this chemical, serotonin. It's feeling grateful. That's telling that survival brain to calm down. When you do that, when you feel it, it sends it up. You don't get that response, that chemical going up when you're just doing this. Now, I'm not saying you all have to jump around, but you have to really feel it, right? So most mornings I do cry. Because when I get into those feelings, as if you're right there in those moments of gratefulness, that's the intensity that you've got to generate on a daily basis, because it tunes the RAS to pick up the good things, to see the silver lining, which keeps you above the line, and you stay above the line more often because the filter sees more of it, more good stuff. And that's what we need to feed it. All right. Nice, Roxy. Liverpool beating Barca. All right, so I'll share the link to a couple of gratefulness activities that you can start doing, and you might start small. What I'm about to show you is probably down this end of the spectrum, which is almost crazy and weird, but you might just start with looking at photos. Here's my photos. You might just take some time in the morning and look at your kids' photos and really sit with that moment. We've started to watch old videos or old photos from our phones when we're videoing our kids, and they love it. We love it. You know, you remember how things like that might be, I don't know. Those are the big ones. We're doing photos, videos, talking to old friends, but it's something daily. All right, so I do this in my room on a daily basis, and let's see if this works. Now it's on speed. It's playing fast. That's not how fast I usually move, but this is really feeling the things that make me grateful. So I'm thinking them. I'm listening to an audio, and it's telling me to dance at the moment. So that's my dance moves. But when it says what's the most grateful moment, these images come into my head, and I'm feeling it as if I'm there. And that's what we go through. Like, that's the compelling future. Like, there's a bit in there that says, what do you feel like when you've reached your goal? Like the mountain that you've been looking for. Now, if I was in a rugby changing room or before a game, right, this would not look weird. This would look pretty normal. Yeah, rapping the winners. When I do this down the main road, I'd get locked up for sure. All right, now just think about that. This process, maybe not exactly this one, you don't have to do. You can build up to it. But this process is going to help us with our mental game, and yet we could get locked up by doing it if we do it in the main street. So find a space. The message is find a space at home on a daily practice, on a daily process where you get to feel gratitude, grateful, joy for things in your life and your journey. Yeah, that's it. Eye of the tiger, shot Elise, because it's going to trigger that brain to start to calm down, get access to above the line, and you'll see the silver lining when you walk out the door on a daily basis like that without even trying. Imagine that. Imagine walking out the door or waking up every morning for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because it'll take 2 weeks to get this ingrained. That you just wake up and you go, wow, man, there's opportunities, possibilities. Let's go. Let me at it, And that's the work that needs to be done on a daily basis. Pick a gratitude practice, feel it, do it every day. Start thinking of what this challenge is teaching us, what the compelling future, what your compelling future could look like, and sinking into that daily. So that's me, team. To wrap up, and I just like going back to this quote here to finish up on. It's not the mountain that we have to conquer, like Sir Ed said. It's not this challenge around the pandemic that we have to conquer. It's not, if we're in business, it's not the other people we have to conquer or our competition. It's ourselves, and it's our mental game that we got to conquer. So it's going to take work. Do it daily. Pop any questions you've got on here about this whole process in Kōrero. We'll come back over the next couple of days to answer those, and talking with Elise to keep going on a few of these things. So, ngā mihi kia koutou.